Hey guys, this is Jamie. So, I wasn't going to release a video earlier, but I figured since things in the world are very complicated, I don't know when will I have free time on my usual Sunday or not, and in general, I just happen to have free time, so here I am. And also, I finally got into putting some makeup on me, which you can see is very tame, very very strict. I can go like this. I would go to uni like this. I've gone with extreme makeup to uni. Anyway, so I figured the makeup is nice. I have time. I will record. So anyway, without further ado, like, subscribe. Anyway, so I wanted to talk about a thing which I personally struggled with a lot, which is ageism. So when I started tea, I was around 23, 24. I don't know anymore. Anyway, so I really felt like I was not living my life, and I was really struggling, even though I had videos and I was on YouTube filming videos, and you can obviously go back and judge me for my previous videos. But the point is, I kind of really made a point out of documenting those things so that they would come in handy for someone later. And that's why I don't exactly go reflective on many videos. But in this case, since we're talking about reflection and the whole thing about ageism, I have to go back to my youth. So I really felt like something in me was missing. I did have a wrong youth, and obviously due to life circumstances, there were a lot of things where I just felt that I didn't get the chance to have. And like, for instance, like having turmoils with boyfriends or whatever, I pretty much had that a bit when I was 13. I was thinking also the other day, like, when did I hang out with friends? And it was pretty much in my teens and summer only. And also, like, for a bit, maybe throughout the year. I wasn't exactly a very popular person, but I did have friends. And I mostly had friends which I'd see during the summer when I travel. So it was quite lonely, to be honest. And obviously I had a lot of questions about my gender. I knew that I couldn't do anything because I didn't even know that trans men existed. I knew that I wanted to be a guy, and I felt like solitude was the only option for me as well, because I tried dating and it wasn't going well for me. So I kind of said, okay, I had my dating years, I had my going out years. But for instance, I know this may sound like a shock, but I've never actually done drugs. I am a heavy drinker though. Well, not heavy, but like socially. But I can drink people under the table, so. Uh, so the only vice I have is literally just alcohol. I've never smoked a cigarette in my life either. So, or like, I never really went properly clubbing, or like last time I did, I went out with a friend and I was just like, what do I do here? And I don't know. Like, I remember when I was really struggling with my identity, and I felt like before I start T that I can't do certain things, and that is an amazing advice I gave to myself, and I think that everyone should follow it, is that try to imagine what would you do differently when you're in T, and do it now, even if you're pre-T. So for instance, I really wanted to hook up. I'm poly. Right now I'm not exactly practicing poly. I'm kind of really fed up with people because I'm an introvert. And I don't know, I just don't feel like it much. Or if I do hook up, it's literally I hook up and I leave. And I'm like, yeah, no. Although I do enjoy some conversation. But it's more of it's not like some soul searching. Like, sure, I can hook up like when I cross dress and etc. But it's still like a question of masculinity for me as well. But what I wanted to say was that I really tried to live the most I could within the circumstances, and I am happy I did. It was very difficult for me to accept that I had so many years which I was without transition, without understanding what trans people are. I had to go through puberty. And obviously, it's easy for me to sit here and say, yeah, I'm happy right now, and I already have top surgery, I have few surgeries, and I pretty much only have fallow left. So make your marks and conclusions. So it does feel like I am talking from a grateful space when it comes to trans issues, obviously not world issues, because the world is really fucked up right now, but we're not going to talk about it. I have an entire video and my opinion on it, so please feel free to check it if you want to, but right now we're not focusing on gloomy things, which is really hard. So in general, there is a bunch of ageism. I don't think just for trans people, but I think it's obvious that for everyone. You have it in women in of all sort of career paths, of all classes. People you have with men as well. People really, really value youth. People really try to like look like how they are in their youth and etc. And I also had that. To be honest, I started using anti-wrinkle cream a few years back, and it took me a few years to stop using it. And it was really because I felt ashamed of my age. And it's not something that I can say I defeated completely, because I still feel like I'm too old for certain things, and that is a very sore spot that many people kind of try to bully me about, like, oh, you're 27, you're still in uni, or like, oh, this, oh, that. And I was thinking the other day, I was in an Uber, and I was actually thinking like, well, what have I done with my life? Like, and then I started, and like, what if I didn't go for my goals since I was a child or something? And and then I started thinking like, because I had a very sort of successful fan fiction writing career, and if you still want to read it, it's still there. I try to update as much as I can. Anyway, I still write a lot, but the writing was always, to me, a form to raise awareness. And then I became a volunteer, and right now I'm studying to become a psychologist. So my main goal, which was to make people heard, to help people, has been going on since ever. I started volunteering when I was like 17, 18. And if I'm not volunteering at some like organization, I'm usually like modding a group or something. And I was thinking about it today with my partner, and he was like, okay, well, you're sad that your uni group is still intact, even though they had a turf problem and they had a massive issue with non-binary people. Hand on heart, they didn't change from what I see. And it's a very tricky situation, because I don't know if I should reach out to them because they're still big or not. But whatever. I just hope that our paths do not cross, because I'm still very pissed at them. So, and my partner was like, yeah, well, you do realize that when you were running the volunteering group, or, helping, because I was like, there was the top, and then I was like one of them. If you want to, it's like admin and mods, so I was like one of the mods of the group. And I would be the one who would drag a lot of people, because I knew people wanted to listen to me, and etc. So after I left, people left as well. And I really wanted to focus on that in my head because right now I mod a server of over 100 trans guys, and I have done that in the past for about 5 years on a kid group. So I think the things we do, very often we just think that they're insignificant when in reality they're not. Like, I've had obviously jobs and CVs, and people don't understand how much what you do is valuable. So people sort of think that the only experience that is valid is like uni schools, and that's really not the case. Everything is valued unless you're dealing with a complete fucking asshole who's no idea what they're doing. And yeah, like through my experience, I've refused really big jobs because I wanted to go to other things and do other things as well. So yeah, it was really kind of nice to see that despite my own insecurity of age, I've still been doing volunteering, and I know I sort of stopped for a bit when it comes to trans videos, but then I felt like I still am in the trans community. And sure, like, I'm very happy where I am right now. I'm just waiting for follow. And I help people. Well, I hope I do. So, yeah, I should probably do more trans videos once I can. And regarding the ageism, I just feel like we just focus on the fact that our youth is taken away from us. And in a sense, it is. But what's stopping you from going to the gay club? If you can, obviously, and if it's safe. Please understand that I'm not saying, because you can still find friends, you can still find friends online. You can reach out to people. There's support groups. And you can do things. Sure, there will be things that you can't do, but there are things that you can do as well. And that's what I really wanted to focus on. So, for instance, I should have continued doing makeup. There was a period in my life where I had a back comment from a group that I modded. Well, I was the only admin at the time. And he said that I looked like his aunt, and to this day I still remember that comment because it broke me. And I spent like 3 years without makeup. It was really intense. Or like I do it only indoors. It was really sad. And I wish I didn't hear that comment, or I just went like, you know what, fuck you. And the guy actually apologized to me a lot of times, but damage was done. So I think that's one of my regrets. And I do understand that when you're pretty, your brain goes absolute haywire. Or also, like, when I was nearing my surgery date, I was also going really haywire because I really want to get top. So all these waiting times are absolutely batshit because, and there's a lot of obviously discussions like should children transition, and I really wish I had the opportunity to have blockers and etc. But obviously right now I'm in a stage where I'm like, well, they're gone, like I have top surgery, I'm fine. But the past still sometimes is there, obviously, because it's the past. So yeah, I truly, truly wish the world was an easier place. So I don't think we should be as harsh on ourselves when it comes to ageism. And if you want to go to clubs, you can still go to clubs at the age of 40. If you still want to, I don't know, try smoking weed or whatever, just do it. Like, for instance, when it comes to me and drugs, I figured that obviously my partner is Brazilian, and in Brazilian culture, I don't know that many people who do drugs besides weed. And it's not that often, and well, from my partner's circle. So everyone just drinks, and people can do drugs beside me, and I'll be just like, yeah, whatever. And they'll, for some reason, I always get port wine when I say I don't drink here, and they're like, okay, I have port wine, and I'm like, sure. Even though I'm more of a spirits person, so. Anyway, so I wanted to say that we need to understand that where we are in life is okay, no matter what age we are, and we should do things that we want to, and we shouldn't let age limit us. Obviously, do not become a pedophile, stuff like that, and stay within the law. Well, on your choice, but basically don't harm other people. That's what I'm trying to say. So thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, please leave a like, leave a subscribe, because that helps my channel. And hopefully I'll see you next week. Hopefully the world won't get destroyed by then. And thank you very much.